Chosen ones, your silence is breaking them. They cannot believe you never contacted them again. Listen carefully, because what you are about to understand carries weight for your life. And if you turn away now, you may miss a moment that could shift your heart, your direction, and even your peace. Your silence is not empty. It is speaking louder than anything you ever said, and it is reaching places words never could. If your spirit recognizes this moment, type Amen in the comments. You are exactly where you need to be. The ones who expected you to chase, to explain, or to return are now shaken because you chose stillness instead. This is not an accident, and it is not weakness. It is a move guided by a deeper hand that is shaping outcomes you cannot yet see. Stay with this, because what is unfolding is not only about them, it is also about what I am doing inside you. You stopped reaching out and they felt it immediately. Even if they tried to act strong on the outside, the absence of your voice created a space that forced them to sit with their own actions, their own words, and their own silence. Where they once ignored your presence, now they notice your absence like a weight they cannot escape. If you chose stillness over chasing, type I chose peace in the comments. That choice was not small. It was everything. This silence is not punishment. It is clarity, and it is revealing truths that were hidden when noise filled the connection. I am showing you that sometimes stepping back is the only way to let others see what they lost. Do not underestimate what is happening right now, because this silence is working in ways you cannot measure. While you thought nothing was changing, something was shifting inside them slowly and deeply. They are replaying moments, thinking about what they said, what they did, and what they never gave you when you were there. This is the power of restraint, the strength of not reacting, and the wisdom of choosing peace over chasing. Your silence is not weakness. It is discipline, and it is guided by purpose. You were once the one who tried to fix everything, to hold conversations together, to keep the connection alive. Now you have stepped back, and in that step, you allowed truth to rise to the surface. They cannot believe you never contacted them again, because they were used to your effort, your care, and your consistency. What they never understood was how much strength it took for you to finally stop. There is a reason I led you into this quiet place, and it was not to isolate you, but to protect your heart and your energy. You were giving too much to people who were not ready to receive it in the right way. You were pouring into places that could not hold what you carried. If that is where you have been, type 777 in the comments. Let heaven see that you finally understand your own worth. Your silence is not just affecting them, it is also restoring you. It is giving you time to breathe, to think clearly, and to reconnect with what truly matters. They are confused because your silence broke a pattern they thought would never change. They believed you would always be there, always reach out, always return. Now that you have stepped away, they are forced to confront something they avoided for a long time. This is not about revenge, it is about revelation. It is about showing them the value they overlooked when you were present. Understand this deeply. You did not walk away empty. You walked away guided. Every step of silence was seen. Every moment of restraint was counted. I have been with you through every second of this process, strengthening you when it felt difficult, reminding you when you felt weak. You are not alone in this. Even when it feels quiet around you, this silence is not absence, it is alignment. Type I walked away guided in the comments. Not because it was easy, because it was true. Someone in your world is still in the place you were before you found this clarity, still reaching back, still explaining themselves to people who stopped listening. They have not found this word yet. Your seed, planted through the link in the description or the pinned comment, even the cost of 1 cup of coffee, is what carries this message into their moment. What you plant here becomes the word that finds them before they break their silence for the wrong reasons. They are feeling the shift now, and it is unsettling for them. The comfort they once had in your presence is now replaced by questions they cannot answer. They are wondering why you did not come back, why you did not try again, why you did not chase like before. What they do not realize is that your silence is the answer. It is the boundary that protects your peace and honors your worth. You are learning something powerful in this season, something many never understand. Not every situation requires a response, and not every person deserves your energy. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is nothing at all. That nothing is not emptiness. It is strength, it is wisdom, and it is protection. If that just landed, type 555 in the comments. That is wisdom that took you longer than it should have to receive. Receive it now. This silence is also preparing you for something greater. When you stop chasing what is not meant for you, you create space for what is meant to find you. You are being repositioned, redirected, and refined. The quiet is not the end. It is the transition. It is the space where growth happens without distraction. Type "I am being repositioned" in the comments. Say it as someone who finally believes the quiet has a purpose. They are starting to feel the consequences of what they once took lightly. The absence of your presence is teaching them lessons your words never could. This is not something you need to control or manage. It is unfolding naturally, and it is being guided beyond your understanding. Remember the patterns, the imbalance, the way you felt when you gave more than you received. Your silence is not about them alone. It is about honoring yourself. I am strengthening you in this quiet place. I am showing you that you do not need to chase what is not aligned with your purpose. I am teaching you that your value does not depend on someone else's recognition. Your silence is a reflection of your growth, your awareness, and your trust in something greater. You must understand that this is not something you created by force. It is something that unfolded when you finally listened and stepped back. Before you carried the weight of keeping things alive, even when it drained you. Now that you released that burden, the truth is standing on its own. They are facing what they avoided because you are no longer there to soften it for them. This is what happens when silence reveals what words could not. There is a shift happening inside you as well, something deeper than you may realize at first. You are learning to be at peace without needing answers from anyone else. You are learning to sit in your own presence without chasing validation or closure. This is growth that cannot be rushed and cannot be taken away. The silence you chose is building a stronger version of you that does not depend on others to feel complete. They are questioning everything now. What they failed to recognize then is becoming clear now. But your absence has changed the timing. You are no longer in the same place you were when you gave so much of yourself. You have moved forward, even if it was done quietly. This is where many people become tempted to go back, to break the silence, to reopen what has already been closed. But you must stay grounded in what you have learned. Going back to the same pattern will only return you to the same place of confusion and imbalance. The strength you are building now comes from staying consistent even when emotions try to pull you in another direction. This is not about ignoring your heart. It is about protecting it. There is also something they are beginning to understand. Even if they cannot fully admit it yet, they are realizing that your silence is not anger. It is acceptance. It is the moment where you chose peace over struggle, clarity over confusion. This realization is uncomfortable for them because it shows that you have truly let go of what once connected you. They cannot believe it because they never thought you would reach this point. You are not the same person you were before, and that is exactly what needed to happen. You have grown through experiences that forced you to see things differently. Every moment of silence was shaping you into someone who values peace over chaos. They are feeling the distance now in a way they never felt your presence. When you were there, they had access to you, and they took comfort in knowing you would respond. Now that access is gone, and it has created a space they do not know how to fill. This is not something you need to fix or respond to. It is something they must understand on their own. Your silence is also creating a boundary that was missing before. It is showing that you are no longer willing to accept less than what you deserve. This boundary is not harsh. It is necessary. It protects your energy, your time, and your emotional well-being. Without it, you would continue to give without receiving, to stay without growing. There will be moments when you feel the urge to explain yourself, to make them understand why you chose this path. But understand this clearly. Your silence is already speaking for you. It is telling them everything they need to know without a single word. Not everyone will understand it immediately, but that does not mean it is not clear. I am guiding you through this for a reason. This is not just about one connection. It is about teaching you how to move forward in every area of your life. It is about showing you that you do not need to force what is meant to flow naturally. It is about reminding you that your peace is more valuable than temporary comfort. They may try to reach out eventually, not always with the words you expect, but with a curiosity they cannot ignore. When that moment comes, you will feel it, and you will know how to respond. But until then, your focus is not on them. It is on you. It is on the life you are building, the peace you are protecting, and the strength you are developing. This silence is not closing doors. It is revealing which doors were never meant to stay open. It is helping you see clearly without distraction. It is removing what was uncertain so that what is certain can come into your life without confusion. You are being prepared for something that requires a stronger version of you. Do not let loneliness confuse you into thinking you made the wrong decision. Silence can feel heavy at times, but it is not empty. It is filled with growth, with healing, and with understanding. It is creating a space where you can truly hear yourself and where you can reconnect with your purpose. They are learning through your absence in ways they could not learn through your presence. When you were there, they had comfort, familiarity, and access. Now they have reflection, distance, and understanding. This shift is what creates growth, even if it is uncomfortable. It is not something you need to manage or control. It is something that is unfolding on its own. You have been giving for a long time, giving presence, giving patience, giving energy to places that could not hold it. This season is the first time in a while that what you have is going toward you. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, plant a seed, a coffee, something small, or become part of this community, and stay rooted in what is building you. What you sow in a season where you are finally choosing yourself does not leave you. It goes into the ground of everything you are becoming. The same guidance that brought you this far is already tending what comes next. You are also being reminded that your value does not decrease because someone failed to recognize it. What you gave was real. What you offered was genuine. The fact that it was not fully appreciated does not take away from its worth. Your silence is not denying that value. It is protecting it. It is ensuring that you do not continue to give it where it is not honored. There is a sense of peace that is beginning to replace what once felt uncertain. It may not always be constant, but it is there, growing stronger with time. This peace is not something that comes from others. It comes from within you. It is a result of the choices you have made, the boundaries you have set, and the clarity you have gained. It is something you must continue to protect. They are realizing that your silence is not a gap waiting to be filled. It is a boundary that has been set. This understanding is what makes it difficult for them to approach it in the same way they once did. They cannot rely on the old patterns because those patterns no longer exist. You have changed, and that change has reshaped everything around you. This is what growth looks like when it is real. You are not being left behind by stepping away. You are being led forward. This is something you must hold on to when doubts try to appear. The path you are on may feel quiet, but it is purposeful. It is guiding you towards something that matches your growth, something that aligns with who you have become. This is not a loss. It is a redirection type. I am not the same in the comments. Not as a boast, as a quiet acknowledgement of everything this season has cost and built. I am with you in every step you take. Even in the moments when it feels like nothing is happening, the silence is not empty. It is filled with my presence, with my guidance. It is in this quiet that you hear what truly matters. It is here that you understand what you need to do without confusion. This is where your strength is rooted. You may feel moments where your heart softens, where memories come back and try to pull you into what once was. This is natural because you are human and you care deeply, but do not let those moments take you away from the truth you have already seen. Remember the imbalance, the effort that was not returned, the way you felt when you gave more than you received. Your silence is not forgetting, it is choosing better. I am strengthening your ability to stand in this space without wavering. This is not easy, and I see the moments when it feels heavy. But every time you choose not to break your silence for the wrong reasons, you are building something stronger within you. You are learning to trust your own growth, to respect your own boundaries, and to honor your own worth. They are beginning to understand that your silence is not temporary. At first, they may have thought you would return, that you would reach out like before. But as time passes, they are starting to see that something has truly changed. This realization is what unsettles them the most, because it means they can no longer rely on what once felt certain. Your consistency in silence is showing them that this is real. You are not doing this to prove a point. Even though it may feel that way from their perspective, you are doing this because it was necessary for your peace. You reached a point where continuing the same pattern would only bring more confusion and hurt. Stepping back was not about them alone. It was about you choosing yourself in a way you had not done before. This choice is something you should never regret. There is a quiet transformation happening in your life now, something that is preparing you for new experiences and new connections. When you stop holding on to what is not aligned, you create room for what is. This space you have created is not empty. It is ready. It is ready for something that matches your growth, your energy, and your direction. They are noticing your absence in places they never expected. Certain moments remind them of you. Certain conversations bring your name into their thoughts. This is not something you need to respond to. It is something they need to understand. Your silence has become a presence of its own, one that speaks without words. It is guiding them to reflect in ways they avoided before. Do not let guilt confuse your heart during this time. You are not responsible for how others feel when you choose to protect your peace. You did your part when you were present, and you gave more than enough. Now it is time for you to receive clarity, to experience peace, and to grow without being pulled back into what no longer serves you. This is your season of alignment. I am walking with you through every step of this process. Even when it feels quiet, even when it feels uncertain, I am there. Your silence is not separation. It is connection to something greater. It is allowing you to hear my guidance more clearly, to feel my presence more deeply. This is where your strength is being rooted. Now there is a quiet confidence growing in you that does not depend on external validation. This confidence is built from every moment you chose not to go back. From every time you honored your own worth. It is something you carry with you. Something that strengthens you without needing attention. This is the foundation you are building your future on. They may eventually reach a point where they understand everything, where they see clearly what your silence meant, but by that time, you will have moved further along your path. Eyes, you are not losing them. You are releasing what was not meant to stay. There is a difference and it matters. Losing comes with regret, but releasing comes with understanding. You are not holding on to something that was uncertain. You are letting go of what could not grow with you. This is wisdom, not loss. Let your silence continue to guide you. Let it protect you from returning to what you have already outgrown. Let it remind you of the strength you have built, and the clarity you have gained. This is not the end of connection. It is the beginning of something more aligned. As you move forward, you will begin to see that what once felt difficult was actually necessary. The silence that once felt heavy is now becoming your foundation. It is teaching you to stand firm, to choose wisely, and to move with purpose. And in time, you will look back and understand why this moment had to happen exactly the way it did. Your absence is no longer confusing. It is defining. It is carrying what was never yours to hold. There is a quiet confidence forming within you, one that does not need to be announced or explained. It shows up in the way you choose peace over reaction, in the way you let things be instead of forcing outcomes. This confidence is not built overnight. It is formed through moments like this where you choose to stand still when everything in you once wanted to reach out. This is growth that cannot be taken away from you. They are starting to feel the weight of what they once overlooked, and it is not something they can easily shake off. The silence has given them time, and time has given them clarity. They are recognizing patterns, seeing where they fell short and understanding what they lost. But this understanding comes after the moment has passed, after you have already moved forward. This is the part they cannot change, and it is what makes your silence so powerful. There was a time when you would have responded quickly, when you would have tried to fix things before they even had a chance to settle. But now you are different. And that difference is shaping everything around you. You are no longer reacting from emotion alone. You are moving with awareness. This awareness is protecting you from repeating what you have already outgrown. You may not always feel strong in this silence, and that is something you must accept without judgment. Strength does not mean you never feel the urge to go back. It means you choose not to act on it when it does not serve you. There are moments when memories feel close, when your heart softens, when you wonder what would happen if you reached out again. But every time you pause and choose stillness, you are reinforcing the growth you have worked so hard to build. This is how change becomes permanent. They are beginning to understand that your silence is not about creating distance for the sake of it, but about maintaining something important within yourself. It is about keeping your peace intact, about not allowing confusion to return where clarity now exists. This understanding may come slowly for them, but it is coming. They are seeing that your absence is not random. It is intentional. And that intention carries meaning they cannot ignore. When you no longer settle for what is uncertain, you open yourself to what is stable and real. This preparation is happening quietly, just like your growth. It does not need attention or validation. It simply needs consistency. And that consistency is what you are building every time you choose not to go back. There is a deeper peace forming within you now, something that is not easily shaken. It is not based on circumstances or on how others respond to you. It is rooted in your understanding of what you deserve and what you will no longer accept. This peace is becoming your foundation, and it is something you must protect at all costs. It is more valuable than temporary comfort, more important than familiar patterns. They are noticing changes in themselves as well, even if they do not fully understand them. Your silence has created a shift that is forcing them to grow, to reflect, to see things differently. This is not something you need to manage or control. It is unfolding naturally, and it is part of a process that goes beyond your direct involvement. What matters is that you continue to focus on your own path. Do not confuse their realization with a reason to return. Just because they begin to understand does not mean the situation has changed. Growth on their side does not erase what has already happened. It may bring awareness, but awareness alone does not rebuild what was lost. You must remain grounded in the truth you have already accepted. This is how you protect yourself from repeating the same cycle. I am guiding you through this with purpose, even when it feels quiet or uncertain. This silence is not empty. It is filled with direction. It is allowing you to hear what truly matters, to feel what is real, to see what was once hidden. This is where your connection to me becomes clearer, where your understanding deepens. You are not alone in this, even when it feels still around you. They are beginning to see that your silence is final in a way they did not expect. It is not driven by anger or by pride, but by clarity. This clarity is what makes it strong, because it is not easily shaken. It is not something that fades with time. It is something that becomes stronger the longer you hold on to it. This is the difference between reacting and deciding. You are not closing yourself off from connection. You are refining what you allow into your life. There is a difference, and it matters more than you may realize. By stepping away from what did not serve you, you are making space for something that will. This is not about isolation. It is about alignment. It is about creating a life that reflects your growth and your understanding. There will come a moment when you fully see the purpose behind this silence. It will not feel heavy anymore. It will feel necessary. You will understand why things unfolded the way they did, why you had to step back, why you had to let go. That understanding will bring a sense of peace that cannot be taken away. It will confirm that you made the right choice, even when it was difficult. Until that moment arrives, continue to trust what you have already learned. Continue to honor the boundaries you have set. Continue to move forward without looking back for answers that no longer matter. Your silence is not holding you back. It is pushing you forward. It is guiding you towards something better, something clearer, something that matches who you have become. They are still trying to make sense of what happened, even as time continues to move forward. At first, they may have believed this distance was temporary, something that would pass like it always had before. But now they are starting to see that this time is different, that something has shifted in a way they cannot reverse. Your silence has become a statement they cannot ignore, and it is forcing them to see what they once overlooked. This is the kind of understanding that cannot be rushed or forced. It can only be realized. You have stepped into a level of awareness that changes how you respond to everything around you. You no longer feel the need to explain your choices to those who did not value your presence when you gave it freely. There is a calmness in you now, a steadiness that comes from knowing you made the right decision. This calmness is not something you have to prove. It is something you carry quietly. It shows up in the way you move, in the way you think, in the way you choose peace over reaction. There are still moments when your heart remembers what once was, and that is something you should not fight against. Those memories are part of your journey, part of what shaped you into who you are now. But they do not have the power to pull you back unless you allow them to. You are no longer standing in the same place emotionally, even if the memories feel familiar. You have grown beyond the version of yourself that once stayed in uncertainty. They are beginning to recognize that your silence is not about holding on to the past, but about moving forward without it. This realization may come slowly, but it is becoming clearer with time. They are seeing that you are not waiting, not hesitating, not looking back for something to restart. You have chosen to continue, and that choice is what makes your silence so strong. It is not passive. It is active in its own way. I am shaping your path through this experience in ways that go deeper than what you can see right now. This silence is not just about one situation. It is about preparing you for a life that requires discernment and strength. You are learning to recognize what is aligned with you and what is not. This lesson will stay with you long after this moment has passed. It will guide you in decisions you have not even faced yet. They may feel the urge to reach out to break the silence from their side, to understand what changed. But even if that moment comes, you will not respond from the same place you once did. You are no longer driven by the need to fix or to reconnect at any cost. You are guided by clarity, by peace, by a deeper understanding of what is right for you. This is what makes your position different. They will continue to reflect, to understand, to see things more clearly as time goes on. But your journey is not dependent on their realization. You are moving forward regardless, growing regardless, becoming stronger regardless. This is what sets you apart now. You are not waiting for someone else to catch up. You are continuing on your path. This word found you at a specific moment in a specific season. That is not random. If what has been spoken here has been part of what kept you grounded, if it has been one of the voices that reminded you why you stepped back and what you are stepping into, consider sowing into it. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, plant a seed or become part of this community. Even a coffee, what you invest in the things that are holding you steady, is never lost. It is how you stay connected to what is building you. Type "I am moving forward" in the comments. Let that be the last thing you declare in this space today.